Amagi episode 3. The park has been closed. Renovations are needed. Cleanup is needed. And most people don't seem to be taking a liking to this, which, I mean, it makes sense. You know, they've been doing this day in and day out, and now you're going to ask them to change up the way things have been done. I get it. But at the same time, if they are aware enough and if they open their minds up to it, they recognize things need to change and things haven't been good for a while. And in a few months, you're not going to have a job or even a life potentially. So we have to do something about that. So might as well take bro up on his idea and actually commit to it and see what it does. And I think it promotes a lot. I think it promotes the people who actually do care about this to get started a little quicker and actually get up and running, and then to have a little bit more care for their environment, for what they do. I think it'll be a good thing. I think it will be good. Muffle might be the most difficult one to kind of get on board here, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Check out the Patreon for early access and timer reactions on this series as well as others. If you like this at all, hit the like and subscribe to me. Feel free to stick around for my discussion. Leave comments. This is a series ago in the third episode of Amagi Brilliant Park. A businessman. It's time. Looking good. On you, yes. Perfect. I'll be interested too to see what we do in terms of promotion, because I just don't think redoing it in word of mouth is the right way to let everything come in, right? So there's probably going to be a little bit more to it, but we'll see. Bro's a literal tool. You're stuck in your ways, Muffle. No, you got no customers as it is now. You're getting better at this. That is all messed up. They're gonna get there. It's gonna be bad. But luckily, we barely bring in 1,000 people a day. So. There's a little of the history, but not a lot. A tall task. Yeah, prove it, buddy. A busy day ahead of us. Many days, probably. There's no way it's gonna be close for just one. You guys are all fitting the role. You will work for more. You will work for less. You will not complain. Nighttime's like the best, though. There we go. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. Perfect. That's a great idea. How come? I feel like that's like the best day. Oh, they're saying take like, oh, okay, bye. I get it.
これが目玉だ。7月31日まで入園料とすべてのアトラクションを完全無料にする。
We will not turn a profit. Shit, people will come in. They'll show up. Yeah, I getcha. Yeah, but it's gonna lose it regardless. Can the princess help? She got money?
ただで芸を見せるわけにはいかないふも。
客を殴るのが芸か。
あの時は悪かったふも。でも、たとえ芸がどうあれ、ただはダメだふも。 一度でも無料を認めたらゲストはもう二度と有料を受け入れてくれないふも。
Unless it's advertised as a specific day or something.
そうだな。
How about, did we start from there so that we could...
30円ということにし。
Yeah, so we start from there so we can slowly build up. Get it as low as we can.
パークは来年30周年だそうだな。それにちなんでだ。
仮に30円いただいたとしても無料と大して変わりません。
今は赤字より動員数だ。
Yeah,
達成できなければ
it's true.
元も子もない。
I don't think this is a bad thing.
30円ふも。
It is crazy.
聞いたろ。あのガキ、僕らの芸を30円と言ったよ。
That's not what he was saying. But also, if you prove that it's more...
マカロンは腹が立たないふもか。
別にゲストが来なきゃ僕らは終わりだし、今は手段を選んでる場
Yeah.
合じゃないレベル論。
His little noise when he walks.
さあ、気持ちを切り替えてゲストの皆様をお迎えするふも。
Gotta be nobody out here. It's such a big deal for what? He literally shows up to get beat up. Really not his fault.
こういう着ぐるみはいろんな人が触ってるの。変なばい菌が移るかもしれないから触っちゃダメ。はーい。
That's the only
も
reason.
したけし君に何かあったらマジ訴えるから。
Burp.
覚悟しなよバチマン。
Oh, okay.
ほっぺきたー。また炎上しちゃうよ。
ふざけんなふも。
Can't put your hands on
マ
her.
ジ意味わかんないんだけど。てか喋ってるし。やばい論。パパパパ。
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
客に暴力とは常識がないの。教育したるから着ぐるみ脱げやパチモン。
Couldn't if I wanted to.
神様ふも。
あ
だけど、たとえ神様でも
あ、何をぶつくさ言っとる。
触れてはならないものがあるふも。
なら、上等じゃ。やめろよ。くれ。
Oh. He's got a lot of practice in this. We've seen him do nothing but fight for 3 episodes.
あーやっちゃった論。
ママ、あの着ぐるみただものじゃないよ。
Yeah, that guy's pretty sick.
無理をしなさい。
そこで寝ているがいいふも。
I got guest entertained.
次はお前の番。僕をパチモンと罵った人間の末路。その身をもって解くと思い知るがいいふも。
Takes this very serious.
覚悟するふも、お客様。
やめんか。
One was already over the line, dude. What?
フォーゴットンレル。
Forgotten realm.
消す玉よ。すぐに目を覚ますわ。
犯罪だ。
What about everybody else who just watched this happen?
まあ、すぐになれるふも。
慣れたくないわ。だいたいお前、客に暴力とか言語道断だ。世間に知れたら即破
It's that
滅だ。
grumpy old man.
分かってるのか。
悪かったとは思ってるふも。
お前まさか普段からこんなことやってるんじゃないだろうな。
たまに。
Yeah, this is
一回くらいはやらかして。
common occurrence.
クビにするならすればいいふも。
こいつ、自分の立場を分かった上で言ってやがれ。
You're not gonna do it.
今回だけだ。今回だけは許してやる。次に問題を起こしたら即クビだ。心しておけ。
クビにするかと思ったわ。
奴は4番打者だ。
That is true. We kind of need
こ
him.
のおかげで
一発作るのに1年かかるわ。
Oh my
数に
god.
は限りがあるから注意して。
なんと、そんなに貴重なものだったとは。
So it takes a year to make one, so we can only make one a year, though?
やたら使いまくっている気がするが。
ペインブリンガーのことね。これは10発30円よ。
安っ。
ともかく気楽に使えないものもあるということよ。私もやれることは何でもやるつもりだから。
うん、そうか。
You're more than welcome to. Yeah,
脱いでもらおう。
you're more than welcome.
まさか本当に一肌脱ぐとは
I'm glad he did. Oh my, everyone, all of them, all of them.
水着、ちょっと際どいですね。
This'll drive him in, though.
男性バージョンも見てみたい。ブルックシャー朝の。 ままになってるよ。
え、それ取れるのか？
ミイラバー衣装ですから。
衣装。まったく。
Got a lot to learn, man.
スパークだな。
Yeah.
カニエ様、私なんか
Yeah, was this necessary? Yes, yes, it was.
問題ない。むしろ入
I'm not seeing any issue.
さあ行くぞ。声を揃えてせーの。
Great promotion. Well, bravo. You know, I knew I could trust him. I knew he had good ideas.
ラティファ、笑顔が硬いぞ。
Look like you're actually enjoying this.
セント、笑顔ですらないぞ。せーの。
Getting some good footage there, man.
これはいけます。いけますよ。このトリケン、思わず前かがみです。目論見通りだな。しかし、ラティファ様の出演を。
We didn't ask.
は？どういう意味？
おや、ご存知ありませんでしたか？モッフルさんはラティファ様の。
今すぐやめるふも。
I don't know who that guy was that was recorded, but that's gonna be the boy. All right, we're gonna ride with him.
ラティファをあんな風に扱うなんて。お前
It's for you all, and she would help in any way she could. Okay.
よし、やはり見えるぞ。
こうなったら
やめなさい。
またこのパターン。
I feel like this happened before.
落ち着けふも。ラティファは体が弱いふも。なのにあの格好許さないふも。
Can't be overprotective forever. She can do more than you think.
やめていいと言ったぞ。
あの子は本当にいい子ふも。
You think she would refuse?
ないふも。お前はそこにつけ込んだふも。
やめなさい。姫殿下はすべてご理解した上で承諾されたのよ。
しかし
She cares about y'all, man.
でも空中庭園の外に連れ出すのはなるべくやめるふも。あそこは結界ふも。
もちろん分かっているわ。
結界？
Yeah, expand on that a little.
姫殿下には少し事情があって、空中庭園に施されている結界を出ることはあまりよろしくない。
Hmm.
その事情とは話せないほどの秘密なのか？
そうではないわ。ただ、あまり他言するようなものでもないの。経営には直接関係ないから、その事実だけ頭に入れておいてくれればいいわ。
編集を頼みたい動画はもう一本あるから急いでくれ。
承知し
Gladly.
ました。
例の動画あんまりヒット数伸びてないろ。
We went through all of that for nothing. You made up all of the views.
今時水着くらいで喜ぶほどお客は簡単じゃないふも。
Maybe I'm a simpleton then. I'd be there. I'd be showing my support.
今日の動員数はどうだった？
198人、ほぼ例年並みよ。
We're not doing great. Okay. Hold on. We're hitting it big.
水着の動画の件なんだけど、少し想定外の状況になっているようなの。
This is big.
ハローエブリワン。
What did you do?
これを見るふも。
今ちょうどその話をカニエ君にしようとしていたところなの。
いやー、いるだけで目立っちゃう看板マスコット。偶発的なトラブルでもこんな風に手柄にしちゃえる我ながら恐ろしい才能だふも。水着動画のヒット数はいくつ
Yeah, look what I did.
点を超えたところだね。で、僕の動画はじゃっじゃーん20万ふも。君のやつは僕のとこからリンクで引っ張り上げられてるだけみたいふもね。何を笑っているふも。
投稿者の名前
Who do you think put this up?
俺がどうしたの。
逆から読んでみろ。
せいよ。
そう、そのま
So it is I.
投稿者は俺だ。トリケン。
Mastermind behind it all.
それはサーラマさんが撮った動画を支配人代行と私で編集したものです。
そういうことだ。
These are the brains behind the operation here.
たちが投稿しなければ、そもそも人目に触れることすら
That is true. Were you thinking about that when you started punching people? No.
俺たちの編集がなければ、悪者になっていたのは貴様の方だ。
Also true.
偶発的なトラブルでも このように集客につなげるこの手話。我ながら恐
I even terrify myself sometimes.
の水着の動画を見ている人数はそれほど多くないわ。これで集客につながるの？
Yeah, you'll get like a select audience of that.
はあ
告知の動画を見た中で実際に来てくれる人間はおそらく 1% 以下だろう。
But it was a good
だと
time.
したらなんで私たちにあんな格好をさせたの？
1000人より1001人を呼ぶためだ。
I love the attitude. I love it.
そのためには何だってやる。
And having footage of that is better than not. So I like the idea.
もう行く。ゲストが待ってる。
It's gonna be a struggle if you don't start turning results too for them to buy into it and buy into you.
どうだ今日の動員数は。
はい、増えました。223人です。
よし着実に効果が出ているな。
今日のモッフルさん、とても熱がこもっているっていうか、とてもいいですね。
Nice.
子供たち大喜びですよ。
そうでなくては困る。
乾杯。
乾杯。
Just new to this.
意外と人望ないろ。
We just don't got the star power.
スコート来たみ。それ誰が言ってるふも。
Who's his sister?
ラティファ様を必要以上に構うのはモッフルのお姉さんにイギリス
Oh.
しない
Oh.
やめなさい。
いすずちゃん、女の子はおしとや
Yeah, maybe just a
あなた
little.
の女性像など知ったことではないわ。
Fair.
いすず、ちょっと機嫌悪そうふも。あの小僧となんかあったふも。
どうしてカニエ君の名前が出るの？何もないわ。
そういえばカニエ君の家に一晩泊まったそうだみほうほう
Now let's start spreading some stuff.
大変だピー
Oh,
ラティファ様が
what's going on, Croc? Go ahead. Go ahead. What happened? Why? It's not looking good. we haven't even made a percentage of a difference. It's not looking good, guys.
今日はティラミーのフラワーアドベンチャーを紹介するわ。
あの乗り心地最悪のゴンドラのところか。
実はバックステージツアーがあるらしいの。
Oh.
らしいとはどういうことだ。正式なものではないのか。
ティラミーが内密で女性ゲスト限定でやっているという噂があるの。
裏に連れ込んでいるだけだろ。即刻中止だ。
Episode 3 is fully about getting us involved with bringing more people into the park in any way possible, by any means necessary. Saya comes to that sort of conclusion, going as far as bikini shoots to lowering prices to being open longer to leaving us open on every single day. He's fully committed. He's fully committed to what they're actually going to be doing. I thought we were going to get more time for showcase of renovation, showcase of cleaning, or just character building between understanding the different mascots and their thoughts and feels towards their role in the park and their life at this. But we don't go that direction at all. Instead, just highlight Saya a little bit more and what he's trying to do, the capabilities and lengths he's willing to go to as well for bringing people in. And I think it's fun. Outside of that, I think even not going in the direction that I wanted to, I think it was a fun little way for them to still tackle this as we progress the days to go along and show slow growth. Not a lot, but something. And show how sometimes not all ideas are good ones. You can get shot down, or sometimes they're not going to really work and you're not going to be able to bring people in. He tends to do what has worked on YouTube for all these years and Twitter and TikTok and everything else, and tries to bait people in with girls wearing revealing outfits and less clothing, but doesn't seem to work, which logically makes plenty of sense because it's a theme park that is dedicated strongly or directed strongly towards children coming in, and they're not going to see that and get excited. You know, you have to target your audience, which is where I think he's lacking in this situation. The money, like all of this stuff, is things that bring people who like actually care about that stuff into it, right? This is kids who are trying to get in. So they're not going to see, oh, 30 yen, let me go tell my mom I want to go. their mom's going to actually have to see it and then be like, oh, that's not bad. We could do that and it wouldn't cost me any sort of money. So you have to do things that would advertise and push towards them actually being curious and wanting to see it. Now, putting up something like the fight is definitely something they're interested in, because now they can look up to Moful as like some sort of hero or some sort of like character from like a TV show or an anime or whatever it is that they're looking up to, and idolize him a little bit. That's where you build that from and be like, oh, he's so strong. He's defending off like the angry attacker. He's doing all of this. Like, and I can go see him. I can go get a picture with him. That's good strategy building, which is why it takes off so much and so many people actually look at it. These kids are seeing it and then they're begging their parents so that they can go and take them in to see it, right? These are good ideas. The girls, and utilizing them, or even lowering the price of admission, even staying open later hours, like all of these things are directed towards different sort of audiences. And until you can open up enough and build a foundation of the younger group that actually is going to come in and fill out the park a little bit, that stuff isn't going to actually work. Or until you know where to actually post this stuff and advertise towards that sort of target audience, it's not going to work either. That's at least the mindset that I'm feeling. That's how I feel about what's happening. So I think they're not necessarily bad ideas. I think lowering the price of admission is a great idea. I think staying openly is a great idea. I think even the promotion and what he did with the video that they recorded, I think they're good ideas. I just don't think they're targeted towards the right group. And you have to figure that out, which is what I talked about at the beginning, where I said, I'm curious to see how they work towards promotion and actually drawing people in outside of just expecting people to show up. They try to tackle that this episode, but I think target audience is completely wrong there, right? And that even goes to show with like a variety of other things, right? This channel, for example, and what I do and bring to the table, or I attempt to at least, there's a target audience I can try and bring in, right? I can watch the most popular shonen things. I can watch whatever the hottest series is right now. I could boot up and watch every episode of Naruto or One Piece or Bleach right now if I want, and I'm sure people would come in and flock to it. I could over-exaggerate my reaction towards every single thing. I could make extremely misleading and clickbait thumbnails. I could, fake whatever reaction and pose I put on the thumbnail as well. I can do these things to sort of draw people in. I could force myself to try and cry and bring those sort of emotions in and not necessarily be myself. But I'm not, right? I have a target audience, or people that I am trying to bring in. And while it might be limited in terms of actual growth and getting you guys here, I try to do these extended discussions for my own purpose of understanding the things that I'm watching and talk myself through them to maybe get them on a deeper level, as well as connect and relate to them in some sort of way that might directly impact me or that I can understand even stronger. This is kind of what I do here. I'm not trying to get like overly deep with everything, but I'm just trying to talk about what I actually watched, what I liked, what I didn't like, how it relates to me, how it makes me feel, if I think it was good, if I think it was bad, right? The basics on that, but I like to extend that a little bit and create some sort of discussion that hopefully you guys will like enough or be interested enough in to come sit down, listen to it, leave a comment or two about it eventually on this video or someone else along the channel. And that's kind of what we go for. I'm not trying to do a style that's just going to bring people in to watch one specific moment of a series and then they leave and never come back. I'm not trying to do it where they come in and watch a 10-minute cut-up reaction portion and then they leave because they don't care what I have to say. They just want to see how I react to it. And then maybe they don't come back because I don't overly react to something that I didn't actually feel, right? Sure, I'm putting some of that out there a little bit more than I probably would if I was sitting in a room by myself without a camera on and I'm playing it up a little, sure. But overly, or something that I don't think is necessarily me, I wouldn't say that either. There's different ways to approach that, right? And I can target different audiences and I can try and bring you guys in. But is that the target audience that I necessarily want? No. So in a similar scenario where we are here, they need to bring in people. Their target audience doesn't necessarily matter. They're just trying to get bodies in the park. That's all they need. So they can try and do any and everything to do it, but they have to find the platform. They have to find the type of thing that works, where to promote it, and how to actually get those people to engage with it to bring them in. which is where I think they struggle. You post a video, and sure, some people might see it of a older age group who might be interested in all the girls wearing their bikinis, trying to promote a low cost entry to the park. But for the most part, this park has been built on the foundation of younger folks coming in, and it's going to continue to actually be that. You have to advertise towards them. You have to do something that fits that. And the girls were just, that's not what it is. So we have to work on expanding a little bit more outwards to get this to actually come to life, in this vision that Seiya has to actually come to life. So I'm excited to see if they try to tackle that a little bit more, or if they just leave it as it is. This promotion thing is still going to be a big thing, like what you have to post, what you have to do, where you have to go to advertise, and how you choose to do so to get the different age ranges of folk within the park. So we'll see where that sort of takes us. The uniform looks good. It doesn't look overly too generic for things that I've seen. Maybe it's just things that I've seen though. I like everybody's role of actually fixing towards doing this. This is the renovation stuff I thought we were going to spend a little more time on. Here comes Moful to start his fight. I like that we changed it up slightly here and actually have him be like, I can read his punches, I can weave in between them, and I can do this. But I will say some of the comedy bits are getting a little repetitive at this point, and I want to see if there's ways for them to keep it a bit more fresh. The constantly shutting them down in their fights and shooting them, or shutting any and everybody down and using that as your only defense, it doesn't have the same charm it did the first couple times it happened. The Moful fighting Seiya every time that he sees him doesn't continuously have the same charm that it does, and I like that they switched it slightly here, but then they have another encounter a bit later too. We got to keep things a little bit more fresh if we're going to keep this as something that I'm overly engaged with in terms of comedy. So hopefully that's there, because it seems to be one of the higher priorities in how we're kind of writing this story, as opposed to the actual depth that we're going to go to, or the emotional drama, or anything in that sort of direction. So we got to be a little more creative, I think, with keeping this going. Now, it is episode 3, so we will cut it some slack. We'll give it some time to develop along with the characters and their feelings, because we have to think of what's in line with that, right? There's still stuck, and a lot of them are in a certain mindset that hasn't been fully shifted yet. And while we've slightly got to see some others get shifted, especially with the general feelings that somebody like Seto is having right now, right? It's still not everybody. It's still not enough. It's still not going to be largely different. So we need to see where this brings us. I want to see everybody and their roles. Chief Security Manager, Hill Cast Leader Moful, Food Services Chief. We have Meat, good name. Astro City Cast Leader, Future, that makes sense. Chief of Sales, Trison. I like that. That's my guy. I'm gonna ride out with him. He's been pretty cool so far. Chief of Sales. All right. Accounting, Ash. We have Splash Ocean Cast Leader, Genjuro. We have Wild Valley Cast Leader, Jack Randy. Chief of General Affairs, That's it. That's the name. Chief of General Affairs is Chief of General Affairs. Okay. Kodane. Okoro is the security merchant. It's the merchandise. That makes sense. Engineering is Wrench. Yeah, makes sense. All right, that's our big staff. I like them. I like their designs. I like how true to name and everything they are as well. So we extend hours. I like this little bit. I thought it was good of them booing and being against everything the moment that he brings them up. Extending hours is a good thing. It necessarily isn't great because your target audience and your primary audience still is just kids, but pushing it back and creating a nightlife environment that could be utilized as something as date nights, could be utilized as a hangout spot for 12 to 20-year-old folk is a great idea too. We can do that, especially staying open a little bit later and pushing that towards 9 when you get lighting and everything installed too, gives a different sort of atmosphere. I think this is a good idea. I like that a lot. I like being at amusement parks at night as well. I think that it works itself out to be a great idea. Canceling the weekday holiday. So apparently I have this, apparently they're closed on Fridays. I didn't know that. We have to change that. Yeah, that's a good idea. Friday's probably one of the best days to actually be open. It might be slightly different because you're relying on kids from like school and things to want to come here. And I know it's different with days of the week and stuff with schools over in Japan. But still, I think Friday's one of the better days to be open. Probably like Monday or something's the day you want to close if you want to have one of those days. But as he says, we got to be open every single day until this. And I don't disagree with that at all. Free entry. Free entry is a good idea, specifically because we have to bring people in. I don't know the finances. I don't know if these people are getting paid and what they are and how that all works. I don't know if he's willing to just tank it all. Like, none of that I have any sort of knowledge on, and they didn't go into that for us. But at the same time, it's a good idea if you just want to bring people in, because then they won't have to pay for anything. Now, free, they might feel a type of way and be like, oh, there's a little catch. So now when we convince them to move it up to 30 yen, at least there's something, and it seems like you're saving a crazy amount. But I think this is a good idea to actually get people to come in. We stick around, then we utilize 30. He hops right out. I really like Macaron being like, yeah, let's give him a chance, because shit, we got to attract guests, and being like, there's no reason to be picky at this point. Makes plenty of sense to me. We welcome our guest, and he gets kicked out immediately. They got to get this place open, though. Everybody just bunching up at the front isn't great. I like him getting into a fight here and bringing in the different character. Pretty fun. And especially how we flip it later and create the video for it, I think is good. And then even switch it with the bullets and utilizing them as like a memory eraser is a good one too. These are good welcome changes towards the generic formula that they keep doing, which I think is good. He does this about once a year. Seiya showing a lot of restraint here to just not actually go up and fire him. You're somebody that's big. We need you. Well, I'm going to, let it happen for now, but don't do that again. Showing how serious he is and putting his foot down and being like, we don't tolerate this, but I will give you a one final chance there. We learn a little bit about her bullets and how they work, which is a cool little feature, but nice that it's something that we won't consistently rely on to have. And then her little, what did she say? Even though I have to take the shirt off my back. And that was where my mind went. Like, all right, yeah, I'm down. Let's do that. And he took it to a full next step and got every single person involved. I think this is great. This would personally work on me. But like I said, I'm probably not the target audience here. So I don't know if I would actually end up getting this recommended to me or seeing this online in any sort of way. I think this is great. And I think it's very welcome. It takes a little bit, sometimes you don't really get, or at least me, I don't typically watch like fan servicey or ecchi anime at all, and sometimes when I do, it's very welcomed. Sometimes when you watch it, it's a little too much, and you're like, "Why are we doing this? Why is this directly in your face?" And it doesn't do enough for me. I'm not like 12, so it doesn't do everything for me. But at the same time, when you get it mixed in, especially when you're not expecting it, and it just kind of pops up. That's why the beach episodes are nice when they just pop up. It feels good, it's a good feeling. And I haven't had one. I haven't seen one in a long while. There was a beach episode in Haruhi we watched, but that was like not really like, fully committed to it. So it's like, it's nice that we're getting something, because especially on the channel, I don't know, 100 Girlfriends is probably the last time I watched something that like takes it to the extreme. So I'm here for it. I'm not even going to be angry. Very welcomed in my book. Taking off her wings is hilarious to me. I really like that Latifah came in and decided to join as well. We learned a little bit about like how we can't really remove her or have her out here. But I do like that she's willing to even be somebody that is used as advertisement and step out of her own comfort zone and everything for getting others involved. And they are eating this shit up. They are absolutely loving it. At least we got this. If all goes south of them when he comes in, it's a good one. Go through another fight. We shoot him down again. Classic. Of course, how protective they're actually gonna be. Magical field of the hanging garden. Doesn't really tell us. You can, but it's not really important. So we'll see. We'll see what that means and how that affects the story as we continue. The views aren't doing too well until we upload something. Now things are starting to explode. I love how he tries to throw it in his face, not knowing Seiya is the one who went out of his way to upload it. But I really like his declaration that he has here too, though. And being like, yeah, I didn't really bring in anybody. It didn't do much, but I'm willing to try anything. And as long as we get one extra eye in here, shit, it's something. Like, it's something. And we got to take it for what we can get. And the little reactions that we end up getting here too out of Suzu is, I think, really good. I don't have like the full read. It felt like at least in the moment that she was like angry or like disappointed in a way that like she's losing faith in him because we're not really seeing this turnaround, and she like kind of put that trust fully in him. But maybe it's just that like she feels that way and somebody like Muffle's like kind of running away and not really buying into it. I don't know. But I also started to get that feel that she started to actually like the things that he's saying because of his general excitement towards like the steady increase that we're getting and the idea that like he just wants to bring in as many people as we can, especially with them teasing a little bit towards the end. I don't know. I'm getting a hard time to maybe read this, and maybe that's on me. Also, could just be that it's like somebody who really does care and love everything that's happening here, like Mofold, like not really enjoying himself or being pleased with what's going on, and her just wanting everybody to be on the same page and actually like fully buy into what's happening. But going back off the idea too that he needs to prove it, I like that if we wanted to go down that line with a story route where we can have others kind of lose faith in him until he starts turning the numbers a little bit. Like they're buying in and they're actually like trusting the things that he's doing, but it's hard for them to remain optimistic about it just because things aren't actually improving as quick or at the rate like that they really want them to. So it's a little harder to be like, yeah, okay, every single decision that he does without giving any sort of pushback when that happens. It's like he takes advantage of the situation and how much time it is without realizing like what it really means to them. But I feel like he does get that. And I feel like they, at least Suzu gets that. So he jumps right in. What's going on with her? What happens? Plenty of questions we need to know. Jeremy being like this person who's bringing the women backstage and offering the special services and everything is fucking crazy to me, but all right, I guess that's a thing. We will have to wait till episode 4 for us to figure out what is going on with Latifa, if she's okay. I am wondering if the taking her from the garden is something that like reduces her life or like her health or something along those lines, so we have to keep her in there. And maybe that's why she's getting like sick or ill or collapsed or something along those lines occurs when she was stepped out there for as extended period of a time as she did. So I don't know though. Maybe it's something else completely different. We'll have to wait till next time to see though. Hopefully you enjoyed. Check out the Patreon for early access and timers in this series as well as others. If you like this at all, hit the like and subscribe to me. Feel free to check out the Vision channel if it comes to the series. I'll be back for episode 4 next week. It was a great one though.